Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special webinar by TeleGlobe in partnership with Tele Solutions. I'm Lija Rupesh, and I'm happy to be a host today as we talk about the new and exciting features in Tele Prime Release 6.0. Before we begin, let me quickly introduce our company, TeleGlobe. We are proud to be master partners of Tele, supporting companies across Africa with sales, training, and technical assistance. With our dedicated team in Rwanda, Liberia, and strong back office support from India, we make sure our clients receive fast and reliable service every time. Well, today we are happy to have with us Mr. Prasad Selvam, country manager for Rwanda and Liberia from Tally Solutions, and Mr. Sheikh Salman, product expert from Tally Solutions. Mr. Salman will explain how the new version of Tally makes bank reconciliation and accounting even easier, helping you save time and manage your business better. Thank you for being with us today. We hope you all find this session valuable. Now I hand over to Mr. Prasad. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, good morning, everyone. Hope you all are doing good. So myself, Prasad Selvam, country manager for Liberia and Rwanda. I'm glad and happy to welcome you all for the Tally Prime 6.2 release webinar session. Thanks for joining the session. So today we are going to see the features of Tally Prime 6.2. So the key features of Tally Prime 6.2 are: one is the automated accounting with bank statements, where we can do effortless bulk and consolidated voucher creation. And the second one is smart auto bank reconciliation, where accurate and super fast way for reconciliation and accounting can be done. So these are two features which we are going to see today, and we will be having a live demonstration in Tally also. So during the session, feel free to post your question in the Q&A box, which you can find in the Zoom. We will take up all the questions at the end of the session. So now I hand over the thing to Sheikh Salman.
Okay, thank you, Prasad, for the introduction. So, hi everyone, good morning. My name is Sheikh Salman, so from Tally Solutions, India. So today, as ma'am and Prasad have already informed you that we'll be discussing on Tally Prime Release 6, and this is our latest release in the market, which got released a couple of weeks back. And focusing on this release, we have a major update on a banking part, that the features what customers use in the banking, and the features we already had, there are some enhancement in those features, and we have made it more smart that even your day-to-day work will be a easier job to you. As banking, everyone says that it is a tedious job to reconcile the vouchers, to find the missing vouchers, to create the vouchers which are missing in your bank when you compare with your statements. So we'll see how we have handled this in product. And before that, I would just want to let you know that we have two major releases every year. We have released 3.0 and 4.0 last year, and this subsequent year we have released 5.0 and 6.0 this year. Okay, so we'll be doing it again in the next upcoming year. So let's see a use case which explains us how the banking actually creates a complexity in the business, and later by using 6.0 how this can be solved. So we have a use case here where Mr. John Matthews is a managing director of a company. The company name is John Plus Limited, and he started this company in March 2014 at the age of 30. And initially he was managing his books of account himself, and he was using Tally as it is a trusted software to streamline his business. So John Plus Limited was performing very well, and later on Mr. John realized that he was busy in some meetings and taking some decisions, and he was lacking the time for managing his books of account. So later he decided to hire an accountant, and he was looking for an candidate who is very well experienced, hardworking, sincere, and knowledgeable in the domain. And also he was looking for a person who knows the Tally very well. And later he hired Mr. Eric. So Mr. Eric is an accounts manager in the company. He has joined as an accounts manager, and even he is an existing Tally user. He has used Tally for more than 17 years, and he has the updates of the product up to date, and he was using Tally for his daily work in the company which he was working for. And at John Plus Limited, he used to manage the accounting process, data entries, issuing checks, depositing the payments, making the collections, and doing vendor communication, semis reporting also, and doing the return preparations as well. Now let's see what is the daily tussle with banking activity between these two people, like as an owner and as an accountant. What are the complex challenges they have related to banking? So as a owner, Mr. John was having a challenge that the reconciliation process was very slow, and it was creating confusions in taking uh, in uh, in the cash flow visibility and the finances. And also it was very inefficient because the tracking of receivable payables was disrupting, and it was affecting the cash flow management as well. And for an accountant, for Mr. Eric, it was a repetitive and error-prone data entry for creating payment and receipt vouchers, and bank reconciliation was a tedious job to him, and it was a resource intensive, and lack of regular reconciliation leads to outdated books, causing delays and inaccuracies in the financial reporting. So as these were the challenges these both were facing. So let's see further. And when Mr. Eric joins, as he was a pro user of Tally, he was running everything very smoothly. But however, there was one challenge which was holding him back. That was reconciliation. That is bank reconciliation, and reconciling a bank statement with 2,500 plus transactions is very time consuming. And due to other daily tasks, as he was having some other tasks too, he was not able to complete the reconciliation during the office hours. He was spending more time after his office hours, and he was doing the reconciliation. So let's take a minute to understand how Mr. Eric was managing his bank reconciliation over the years. So initially when Mr. Eric joined, so there were only 300 plus transactions, that is bank transactions. He was reconciling it by using a hard copy bank statement downloaded by the website or through mail, and he was manually matching those transactions with Tally, and it was a monthly task to him. So later on, when the transaction got increased after 5 years, so it got increased to 1200 plus, and making bank reconciliation got changed from a monthly task to a fortnightly task. And Mr. Eric was using a feature of importing bank statements directly into a Tally to do this. And after 5 years post COVID, the transaction got increased to 2,500 plus, as it was a online transaction trend. And due to this, Mr. Eric again shifted his bank reconciliation to weekly, as there were more transactions to reconcile, and he was using another feature, that is Excel import for missing transactions, and he was accounting those transactions through using Excel import feature. So this is how the flow Mr. Eric was managing his bank reconciliation over the years. But now let's see how this solution of 6.0 will help Mr. John and Mr. Eric to improve their work-life balance and saving the time as well. So Tally Prime latest release can be a game changer for both, as for an owner and for an accountant, and tackling key challenges and offering time-saving functionalities to simplify bank reconciliation related activities. Let's see how. So introducing you release 6.0, which transforms your business banking with Prime Banking. So we have two major updates related to banking. So one is automated accounting with bank statements, which allows you to effortlessly create bulk and consolidated vouchers. And the second one is smart auto bank reconciliation, which gives you an accurate and super fast way to reconcile and accounting. So let's see in detail about automated accounting with bank statement. So creating voucher from bank statement. So as you all know that we had the option of importing bank statement before, and creating a voucher was a challenge for the people who were having a lot of vouchers. Like if you have 100 vouchers, so you had the option, but there was an option to create a single voucher, like one by one. You have to create a voucher one by one. You can't create it in a bulk. So the same challenge even Mr. Eric was facing, as he have to spend lot of time to create vouchers one by one, right? So due to this, he was spending a lot of time in this, and he was using some other features called importing the vouchers from Excel again, and this was leading to a confusion. This was having, right, if you are using two features, then you have to again compare, like which vouchers I have it in the bank and which vouchers I don't have it. So you have to compare and you have to make a addition there, right? So imagine this, if Tally is helping you to create bulk vouchers while importing bank statement itself. So let's see how it happens in Tally Prime now. So let me shift to Tally now. So I hope the screen of Tally is visible to everyone. And you can see I have opened a company of national enterprises. And let me show how we can import the bank statement very easily, and what are the changes we have while we import the bank statements. And also we cover the bank reconciliation part also later. So first, let's start with the importing of bank statement. So to import the bank statement, you can press Alt O from any screen of Tally, that is anywhere from any screen. You can press Alt O import, and you can go to bank statement. So once you go to bank statement, it asks you for select the bank ledger. So let me select a bank ledger, and this asks you the directory where you have the bank statement with you. And supported formats for these banks are Excel, CSV, and delimited. So let me select the location of this file, and file type as supported. And you can see I have a bank statement of XLS over here. So let me just select and import this. And also you have an option to show a preview before importing. So I can see the preview of the bank transactions which I have in the bank statement. So this is how it looks when you open the bank statement. So it gives you the details of all your transaction, that is the transaction description, the instrument number, what is the amount of withdrawal and deposit, as well as the closing balance. So these are the entries which we have in the bank statement, and the total number of entries are 23. So let's see if we can import this. We have to click on import. So once you click on import, it shows you the summary of the import. That is, new entries were imported successfully, that is 23. And you can simply click on bank reconciliation summary to move further. So this is the new bank reconciliation summary what we have given in release 6.0. And here you can see a separate section for unreconciled transactions, and separate section for available the transactions which are available only in books, the transactions which are only available in bank, and what is the expected bank balance as per me, and what is the balance as per the bank statement, and what is the difference. So everything can be tracked from here. And also you have a separate section for previous period and the current period. Current period is the period what you are changing or you are giving it in the report, and the previous period is before to that. So let's drill down into this current period, and you can see the detail here. Exact match, where we have a separate section of exact match. I'll come to this later, what is exact match, and why it is showing as exact match. And you can see some transactions over here that is available only in books, and some transactions were available only in bank. So you can see you have some 14 transactions which are only available in bank. That means these transactions are only available in the bank statement, not in your books, right? If some transactions are already available in your book and those transactions are not matching with the bank, that is a different thing. But the transactions which are showing in a blue color there below, those are not available in your books. So we can see there are some 14 transactions. And suppose if you want to create those vouchers or create the vouchers, so what you have to do is, initially what I told you, that if you want to create a voucher, you were using this feature by creating the voucher, that is one by one. So same experience even you will be getting even here. That is, if you want to create a single voucher, you can keep the cursor on the voucher and you can simply click on create. So it takes you to the voucher creation directly. And here you can select the particular ledger of it, and the amount will be auto populated. So based on the transaction type, it will be saved. So now what is the change here? The change here is you can do this for even bulk vouchers. As I told you, you can select multiple transactions from here and you can create vouchers in bulk. So suppose I selected these 3 transactions and I want to create these 3 transactions in a single time or in a single click. So I have to press F7 again for create. So it will take me to the screen where I can select the ledger name directly in the screen itself. Without going into voucher creation, I can select the ledger name here and I can accept it. Suppose I can select the ledger name as Meher. I can refer the description or the narration what I get in particulars, and based on it I can select it, right? So same I'll select even for the other vouchers as well. So I have selected and now I can simply accept this. So this is for bulk voucher creation. And here there is one more thing which is called as common ledger. So what is common ledger? Suppose you have selected 100 plus transactions in the screen and you want to select a single ledger for all the transactions, all the 100 transactions, and you want to save it. So for selecting transactions one by one or selecting ledgers one by one, it may take time, right? So what you can do is, I'll just go here. I'll just come back and or I'll just go to this screen again. I can just go to common ledger where I can have a list of ledger account and I can select the ledger which is common to all these transactions. So once I select the ledger over here on the top, so it will get applied to all the transactions which is selected below. Okay, this is only for the transactions which are common. Suppose in those 100 transactions, if 50 transactions belongs to a single party, you can select those 50 transactions by pressing space bar, and you can simply simply go to common ledger and you can change the ledger to that particular name. So once you change it, it will get applied to everything. You can simply press Ctrl A and save it. So once you save it, the vouchers will be created and it will be marked as reconcile. As you are creating this voucher, so the voucher will consist of the bank date, it will consist of the amount, it will consist of the instrument number, everything. As it is a matching data, so it will be treated as a reconcile vouchers. So let me just continue it. Yeah, so these vouchers are created now, and you can see only 11 transactions are available in the books. Rest 3 I have created. So there were total 14 vouchers which were available only in bank, and now it is showing only 11. So this is how we'll create a bulk voucher using this feature. So any questions related to bulk voucher, you can post it in the chat or you can post it in Q&A. We'll take it up later. So I hope this is clear. Now you can create multiple vouchers using by a single click. So let's see what are the benefits of doing this, which Mr. Eric is getting from this feature. He no longer needs to create vouchers one by one, and he can now create payment receipt vouchers in bulk directly from the bank statement, which is saving his time and effort. He don't need to even use some other features like Excel import also. So he can directly import the bank statement, and referring the bank statement, he can create the vouchers which are missing. And also the missing transactions are suggested by Tally itself. Even you don't need to compare it with your statement as well. Yeah. So coming forward, there is a one more section what we have in the same voucher creation, that is consolidated voucher creation. So what is this consolidated voucher creation? So there may be some instances where multiple related transactions appear in the bank statements. Like suppose if you have a bank statement got today, so you might get this bank charges description daily, right? So bank might have charged you the charges daily on a daily basis, and you may have 10 transactions for 10 days. So what you will do is, you don't want to record it separately. You want to record it or account it as a single consolidated voucher in your books. So what you can do in Tally is, you can simply create a consolidated voucher. But before, there was a challenge that we need to go through each and every transaction, and based on that transaction, we were doing some manually consolidation separately, and later we used to create a voucher. But now, even Tally Prime 6.0 has made this job very easy, that you can select those kind of vouchers and you can create a consolidated voucher. So let's see how this can be done in Tally. So I'm in the same screen. So let's assume that I have to do a transaction, consolidate transaction for these last two transactions. Suppose, for example, okay. So these two transactions, you assume that it is a bank charges, and bank has done this transaction twice in their books, that is statement. But I don't want to do it repeatedly. I don't want to show it two times. I just want to make it a single transaction. So what I can do is, I can select these two transactions, and instead of clicking on F7, I can simply click on Alt F7. So once you click on Alt F7, it will take you to a voucher creation where you can create a consolidated voucher. So as you all saw that the amount of these two transactions is total of 9,000, and let me create this voucher. So suppose if I select bank charges, so you can see the amount is 9,000 now, and I can simply accept this by selecting the details accordingly. Yeah. So now you can see the transaction has been created, and it is a consolidated voucher which I created for bank charges. So this is how you can create a consolidated voucher for multiple bank entries in your books of accounts. For any doubts in consolidated voucher creation, you can please post your question. And we'll see what are the benefits that Mr. Eric is getting by using this feature. He can now consolidate multiple related transactions from the bank statement into a single voucher in Tally Prime. And this simplifies the process. It saves the significant time, and it also reduces the manual effort of Mr. Eric. Okay. So any question, you can please post your questions in chat box or Q&A. We'll take it up later. So moving forward, our next feature is Smart Auto Bank Reconciliation, which is accurate and super fast. It is a super fast way for reconciling your vouchers and doing accounting. So let's see how. So the first thing what we have in reconciliation, and the challenge what we had in auto reconciliation, is reconciling one-to-many and many-to-one transaction. So Mr. Eric was struggling to reconcile a single bank transaction with multiple book transaction or vice versa. And he was manually reconciling these transactions without any link between payment or receipt vouchers and bank statement details. So there may be some chances, right, that bank will post a single entry, but you might have posted multiple entries in your books. Like as I told you now, bank has created two different entries for bank charges, but what I have done is, I have created a single entry for bank charges. So I have created it using bank statement, using import feature or creation feature. But suppose if I have posted a transaction today manually for bank charges, consolidated amount of 9,000, which was appearing in my bank statement in two different parts, that is in two different transactions, then how would I reconcile those vouchers before 6.0? I used to go through it manually. I have to look for the amount, where are the amount of bank charges which tallies to 9,000. There may be some other vouchers also, there may be some other transactions also which may also come in between this 9,000, right? So there was a challenge matching them and selecting them and reconciling them, and even I couldn't find any proper link, even though I have to reconcile by considering that, yeah, this is the transaction and this is the bank charges. By assuming the bank charges transaction, I would have linked those and I would have reconciled those. But now it is a very easy job. So how we'll see it in the tally. So let's go to tally now. So I'll take the same example, and before taking the same example, I would like to explain like how this auto bank reconciliation works actually. So I'll do one thing. I'll reset this again and I'll show you from the starting like how it actually works. Give me a minute. I'll remove everything, whatever I have here. Okay. So now let me re-import the bank statement and show you how this auto bank reconciliation feature works and how we can reconcile one-to-many or many-to-one transactions. So I'm importing the bank statement again. So I want to show you some changes over here. What happens while importing bank statement again, if you are importing again. So I'm selecting the same bank statement, trying to import the same statement. So you can see here, if suppose you have imported the bank statement once and if you are trying to re-import again, so you may get this, you will get this message, because it tally will read your bank statement, and if the information is matching with the previous records what tally has imported, it will show you this. If it has any changes, it doesn't, this message you won't get. You will direct the import will directly happen. So let me import it now. Yes. So you can see the summary of imported statement. So you can see the bank ledger name, you can see the account number, and you can see what is this new entries imported successfully. And below to that, you have something called exact matches. So what is this exact matches? So new entries imported successfully is the entries which you have in the statement and which got imported in your tally. But what is this exact matches 9? So exact matches are the vouchers which are matching with your books of account. Like what statement has some 9 vouchers which are exactly matching with your data which you have posted in the tally. When I say data, that is, it will refer to your instrument number, it will refer to your instrument date, and it will refer to your instrument amount. So if these 3 things are matching, it will consider as an exact match, and it will show you as these many transactions are matching exactly, and these are ready to reconcile. So when I go to bank reconciliation summary, you can see the transactions over here, and when you drill down to it, you can see how many transactions are showing in exact matches, and how many transactions are showing in available in books, and what are the transactions are available in bank. You are already aware of it, but I just want to show you what is this exact match. So you can see the exact match will show you the transactions which is exactly matching with your books. So this is your exact match where the instrument number is matching between your books and your bank statement, and the amount is matching. So same, if you see all these 7 transactions, these are matching exactly. And these are the transactions which are not matching with your books or with your bank statement. So these either it can match, or it may have some information which may partially match with your bank statement, or it may not match with your bank statement. So we'll see that later. But I was just taking you through this one to many and many to one. So what is this one to many and many to one? This is like, suppose I told you that you may have a transaction where you will be posting the transaction only for a single transaction for multiple vouchers, whereas your bank might have posted it twice. So same example I'm taking here. So you can see I have these 2 transactions on the top, where I have the amount of 3950 and 4000, and something we have one more transaction here, that is 36,000 and 12,500. So let's do one thing. So suppose if I get this transaction, suppose I'll consider this as a example. And suppose if I want to match this transaction with my bank transactions, what I'll do is I'll select these transactions, and I'll be selecting some transactions from below. That is this. This may be one to many or many to one, or I don't have similar transaction over here, so I'm not getting it exactly. But you can see the instrument number, what this has and what this transaction has, these both are same. And whereas the amount you can see, that is 10,000 here in my books, and 10,050 in my bank books. So there is a small difference, right? So it may be due to my mistake. I might have posted the transaction incompletely, or I might have entered the amount wrongly, but it can be matched, right? So in order to reconcile those kind of vouchers, what you can do is you can simply select these vouchers and you can click on reconcile. So once you reconcile, the transactions will get reconciled, and it will show you in the partially reconciled. So there is a difference of 50 rupees. So it is showing you a difference of 50 here below. And you can see there are the transactions. These are the transactions which we try to match. So either you can go inside into this voucher and you can correct it. You can correct the amount which you have entered wrongly, and you can accept it. So once you accept it, it will get corrected. This is how we'll do the reconciliation for the transactions which has partially matching. And we have some potential matches report also, where it shows what is matching and what are the main criteria to match it. So if we go to potential matches, you can see it will show you some matches. It may be some amount matches, or it may show you the instrument number matches, or it may show you that both are matching, like instrument number and amount both are matching. So you have the configuration for that too, that you can just show the amount which are matching. You can show only instrument numbers which are matching. You can show both are matching, like amount and instrument number. If both are matching, you can even show that. So coming to one to many. So suppose if we have some transactions here, Logitech, that is the transaction what I have here, Logitech, and one more transaction I may have here, that is a check clearance, and assume that I have two transactions here, these two transactions, and I want to reconcile these vouchers as a one to many. So what I can do is I can select these three transactions, that is a single transaction from my books and multiple transactions from my bank. As in this case, it is not the same, but I am just showing you an example. So if these both transactions are like a consolidated voucher, or you think it as a reconciliation, so what you can do is you can select these three transactions and you can click on reconcile. So once you reconcile it, it will get reconciled, and it will be showing you in the reconciled vouchers. So as some amount there is a difference, so it is showing you the difference here. So let me do one thing. I'll change this amount to 7950. Yeah. So it got reconciled, and it is not showing over here because it is already a reconciled voucher. So in the same way, if you have some multiple book transactions and a single bank transactions, you can even do that. You can select these two transactions, and you can select a single transaction from here, and you can reconcile. So this is how one to many and many to one reconciliation will happen. So any doubts regarding one to many and many to one, you can post the questions in chat box. So let's see what are the benefits which Mr. Eric can get using this. He can easily reconcile one to many and many to one transaction with this feature, and also it ensures effortless matching and allows him to view the details of bank transaction in the future if needed. So this is something what I just want to show you, that suppose if you have reconciled some vouchers, I'll go to reconcile vouchers. So there are 23 transactions which I have reconciled, and you can see on the top where I have reconciled it using linking. Linking means it is linking with your bank transaction that is available in the bank statement. So if I want to see like how I have reconciled it and which transactions I have linked, I have used to reconcile it. You can even see it. You can just go here. You can see, you can click on view reconciliation info, which shows you which are the transactions we have used to reconcile it. Okay, it can even seen in the report as well as in the transactions. Okay, so any confusion later, if you want to refer like which transactions I have used to link, you can do it. But before and all, you were not having this feature to track which transactions I have used for linking. No, you were not having that options. And now let's see what is the status of Mr. John and Mr. Eric after updating to release 6.0. So as Mr. John can keep track of bank balances and financial data effortlessly to make his business better and to take better decisions. It simplifies the reconciliation, and he can manage payables and receivables efficiently for improved cash flow. And also it gains real-time financial insights to plan and allocate resources effectively. And for Mr. Eric, the automatic voucher generation from bank statement, it eliminates the repetitive task what he was doing before, and it enhanced the bank reconciliation. The enhanced bank reconciliation helping him in completing the bank activity in very lesser time. So he was using this feature to reconcile, and he is saving lot of time of. And also there are many more features which are designed to further simplify the bank reconciliation process of Mr. Eric. Let's have a look. So handling duplicate records. So what is handling duplicate records? Assume that you have imported the bank statement now, and you have successfully done your bank reconciliation, and one of your accountant, after some time, he is using the same bank statement to import. He is not aware that you have already imported it. So if he is trying to import the same bank statement in the same data, it gives you this message: new entries imported successfully, but the count you can see it as 0. It will not import the statement transactions again, which are already imported and which are already reconciled. It will show you as 0, which is actually preventing you from duplicating the records. Marking reconciled vouchers as an optional by default. Suppose if you want to import, if you are creating some vouchers using consolidated voucher or a multiple voucher, you have an option to mark those voucher as an optional for now while importing or while creating, and later you can go and you can regularize it as per your choice. It is completely your call that you want to keep it as a regular initially, or you want to mark it as optional and later you want to change it. Advanced configuration for reconciliation and potential matches. As I showed you, you have an option to change your potential matches configuration. That is, if you want to show the matches which are only for amount, or the matches which are for both, or which are only for instrument number, you can do it as per your decision. Modify and unlink matches. Suppose if you want to unlink the match which you have linked it already, that is, you have reconciled it using linking, and you want to unlink it. So how would you do that? Suppose I'm in the same screen now in the reconciled vouchers. If I want to unlink this transaction, that is, I don't want to link this transaction. Suppose I have linked this by mistake. I want to undo it. So what I can do is I can simply select this and I can click on modify match. So we have an option to unlink here. We can unlink it. Once I unlink, again these transactions will go to unreconciled vouchers and it will be ready to reconcile that time. Okay, it is just you are unlinking the transaction from your books to your bank statement. And resetting bank reconciliation data with or without keeping status. So what is this resetting bank reconciliation data? Assume that you have imported some bank statement and you have done some bank reconciliation and something got messed up. Some balances got messed up with your accounts, or something got messed up, and you want to undo it. Like you want to again restore the backup or restore the data what you had before importing the statement. So if you have taken the backup, that is fine, or if you have not taken the backup, that may be a challenging job. So we have also given an option where you can undo the reconciliation process what you have done for a period, for a particular period or a single day, so that you can clear all or reset all the bank statement data where you have from where you have imported and where you have linked. Everything can be resetted. How to do that? So let's go to F1 help, troubleshooting, reset bank statement data. So here I have to select the bank. Here it is an option to you whether you want to retain the reconciliation status or not. If you want to retain, you can retain, or else you can even make it as no. And you have to give the period. So suppose I have given the period for October, and backup is very important. You have to take the backup before doing this. You may have the backup, but make sure you have to take this backup once. So I'll reset the bank statement data. So now we can see I don't have any transactions which I have imported or I don't have any transactions related to the bank statement. So these are only the transactions which I have already created in my books, and the transactions which are created using bank statement features. Okay, that's fine. That is from my end, and it's all about Tally Prime 6.0. So any questions from your end? I'm happy to take. You can raise your questions. Okay, I can see a couple of questions here. Previous Tally version would make available a list of entries from PO to R node and purchase in the register. Mr. Moniba, I think you are saying about the purchase order to receipt note and purchase in the register. So which register you are talking about? Can you please elaborate your question? Because in purchase register, we don't have any option to view this purchase order or the receipt notes. We have the option only to view purchases there. So could you please elaborate it? And payment as well in the register. Payment you will be getting in the payment registers. Purchase you will be getting in the purchase registers, and the receipt notes has its own register as well. Can we get bank import file format? So bank import file format, it doesn't have any specific format given by Tally. It actually works how you download the statement from the bank. That is, if you are downloading any statement from the bank, and if you have downloaded in XLS or except PDF, if you have downloaded any version, you can directly try to import it. And assume that you have a bank which you are using it for your business, but if you don't find that bank in Tally in the list of banks, so in that case, what you can do? In that case, you can contact our partner, Mr. Rupesh. So what he will do is he will collect the bank format what you have downloaded. We don't need the data what you have in the statement. We just need the format what your bank is giving to you, and he will cooperate with us, and he will get the incorporation of your bank in Tally. So we'll do it. We'll take care of it. But many banks we have already added. It was this was going during the beta phase as well. So you can just go through the bank list what is available for your country, and if you find that my bank is missing, so you can reach out to a partner. So bank statement which has to be imported in Tally Prime has to be in Excel only. Yeah, it can be in Excel, or it can be in CSV or delimited or MT940. So your bank, you may be knowing like in what all formats you have, but except PDF, all statements are supportable. So if you find that, yeah, my statement, I have the statement which is editable, but it's still not supporting, you can share those bank statements with your partner. What about the narrations for vouchers done by bank? Is all information of bank transaction will be there? Yes, yes. The narrations what bank has entered will be available to you as a particular in the bank statement while importing, and it even while after import it will show you in the reconciliation as well. Okay, I wonder if it's automatically after putting bank details there to get bank statement, or there is some other information which might be confidential. Uh, okay, to get the bank statement, you can log into your bank's portal and you can get it. And later you can import the same bank statement into the tally. But no other information will be imported except your bank transactions. I hope this answers you, or else so you can uh, question further. Can Tally Prime version 6 auto generate reconciliation reports? So it doesn't auto generates. Actually, once you reconcile the vouchers using auto bank reconciliation, the reports can be fetched from bank reconciliation, and you can use that reports as well for audit reports. And access to bank reconciliation features. Yes, yes, you can restrict this using the security control feature. You can restrict bank reconciliation also to them. How to update to release 6.0 with disturbing already, without disturbing maybe. Okay, yeah, you can, if you are using Tally Prime 5.0 or the lower version, you can just take a backup of your data, and you can, if you have the valid TSS, you can directly come to 6.0. It doesn't disturb your data. There is no changes related to data anymore. How does Tally version 6 automatically suggest matches for reconciliation? How accurate is it? Yeah, Tally 6.0 gives you some suggestions about the matches by referring your transactions instrument number, the date, and the amount. If in these three something is matching, it will suggest you that yeah, this information is matching with your books book entry. You can check, you can cross check with it, and based on, if you are okay with it, you can reconcile. But it will not reconcile automatically. It will show you the suggestion. It is accurate because it will be the transactions unique reference number, that is instrument number, will be very unique to all the transactions. You'll not be having the same unique number for all the transactions, right? So by looking into that, you can, it will show the matches, and based on that you can take a call whether it has to be reconciled or it can be left. Mm, For automate bank reconciliation will be matched to the one manual recording. Yes, yes. Auto bank reconciliation will happen whatever it is available in your books, referring to your bank statement. Hey, any more questions? Yes, sure. We'll share you the recorded session as well. We'll share it to our partner, so you'll get it from a partner. Okay, I think okay. One more question I got. Expect from bank reconciliation. What are the other features? Yeah, good question actually. So there is one more feature we you all might be knowing, that is data split, right? So in data split there is a small change that while splitting the data there was an option to mention the date to split, and some additional two companies were getting created. So now we have made a change that whether you want to create one company for your whole data or you want to create two companies like before. So there is a small change in that, and even the speed, the data, the time which was taken before, it is now simplified and it is now optimized. So this is the feature what we have related to international, except bank reconciliation. Okay, that's it from my end, and thank you. Hand over to you, Mr. Gopi. Sorry, Mr. Rupesh.
Ma'am, you have anything to add?
Yeah. Thank you all for joining today's webinar. Thank you, Mr. Salman. We hope this session gave you a clear idea of how the new features can make your work easier and faster. If you have any questions or need help, feel free to contact us anytime. Big thank you to Mr. Prasad Selvam and Mr. Sheikh Salman from Tally Solutions for sharing their insights. Well, that brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you. Thank you once again for joining us.
Okay, thank you everyone. Have a great day.
Yeah.